レタスサラダが入室しました。
それです。
レタスサラダが初見です。スタンプギフトを送りました。レタスサラダさん、こんちゃ。
やっていきますか。手紙が来たって言ってね。
I can tell from Lestrade's handwriting that he was in a hurry when he wrote this letter. A wax?
事件の依頼だろうね。早く来いよってこと。
So, what is it, Holmes? Promising, as always. It appears to be a case of murder.
So you believe that Sir Eustace is dead?
I should say so. Lestrade wouldn't have sent for me for less. His writing shows considerable agitation, and he is not an emotional man. These people belong to high society. The quality of the writing paper, the EB monogram, their coat of arms. The crime was committed before midnight.
Holmes, how can you possibly tell?
Well, it is all thanks to Lestrade. He wrote his letter at 3:30 in the morning. Imagine the chain of events before that. The local police had to be called in. Scotland Yard was notified. Lestrade himself had to make haste there, and finally compose the letter he sent to me. All of that makes for a fair night's work.
It makes sense. Lestrade also speaks of the woman he released.
That seems to indicate that she had been held somewhere during the crime. Much time has been wasted. Let us find a cab and go to Abbey Grange immediately. I live in hope of an interesting morning.
Oh? フリーズだよ。完全にやばい方向へフリーズして。はい。あそこからやり直しじゃん。ここからね。まだよかった。
This, my archive. This is where I keep my post.
はい、行こうか。はい、
Ah, Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson, here you are. I'm very glad that you have come, but perhaps I should not have troubled you after all.
And why is that?
Lady Brackenstall has come to her senses, and she has given so clear an account of the affair that there is not much left for us to do. You remember that Lewisham gang of burglars?
What, the three Randalls?
Exactly. The father and two sons. It's their work. They stole a silver service, which is of great value.
Sir Eustace Brackenstall is dead, then?
Yes. His head was knocked in with his own poker.
A violent act of aggression.
Yes, the poor lady. She has had a most dreadful experience. She was assaulted and tied to a chair. But I think that you would best see her and hear her account of the facts. She's in the morning room with her maid, Teresa Wright.
Where is the body of the deceased?
In the dining room. We haven't touched anything.
All right, I'm going to examine it.
Very good, Watson. Sir Warthen Brackenstall. Lord George Brackenstall.
ミッタチブ、ボットさん、お知らせ。視聴者数が10人を突破しました。次は30人でお知らせします。
ご視聴ありがとうございます。
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting Inspector Lestrade in this investigation.
Mr.
Okay,
Holmes,
also.
I am the wife of Sir Eustace Brackenstall. We were married only a year ago.
I am sorry for your loss. Please accept my deepest condolences.
I suppose that it is no use my attempting to conceal that our marriage has not been a happy one. I fear that all would tell you that, even if I were to attempt to deny it.
昨晩何が起きたのかだ。
Can you describe to me the events of yesterday evening?
Is it really necessary? I have already told Inspector Lestrade all that happened.
Yes, madam, it is.
I will tell you then. Sir Eustace retired about 10:30. I sat in this room until after 11, absorbed in a book. Before I went upstairs, I entered the dining room to fetch a candle and... Oh God.
Please, go on.
As I approached the French window, I found myself face to face with an elderly, broad-shouldered man who had just stepped into the room. Close behind the first man, I saw two others. One of them struck me a savage blow with his fist and felled me unconscious to the ground.
And then?
When I came to myself, I found that they had secured me tightly to a dining room chair. It was at that instant my unfortunate husband entered the room.
He fought with the intruders?
Yes, I think he had heard them, for he was holding his stick. But they were three, and he eventually succumbed. One of them, the elder one, struck him a terrible blow with the poker. I fainted once more. When I opened my eyes, they had withdrawn. Then my brave Teresa came to my assistance.
Did these three villains steal anything?
Yes, I found that they had taken the silver from the sideboard, but you can see for yourself in the dining room.
Oh, だよね。バリア。
You mentioned that your marriage was not a happy one. Was there anything specific that was troubling you?
He was not a nice man when he was drunk, and he suffered from dark moods, but nothing else.
The bruises on your hands are at least 1 week old. Your husband caused those
あ、
bruises?
そうだ。あ、
Oh dear.
虐待
Yes,
DV だよな。
he did. He was very angry at the time. out of control. Again. Sir Eustace was a drunkard. To be tied to such a man for life is worse than death.
Your ladyship?
知らなかったかな。
Teresa, I will...
Certainly, sir.
かりん05103、こんばんは。
こんばんは。
I saw three men in the moonlight down by the lodge gate, but I thought nothing of it at the time.
3人の男が小屋の
And
場にい
then...
る。
I went to bed, and it was more than an hour after that I heard my mistress scream. And down I ran, to find her tied to the chair and him on the floor with his head smashed. That's all I know.
最弱のドクロが入室しました。
あ、どこです。アンドール一味の購買が再開した。
最弱のドクロさん、どもどもです。
もうスランカーと。応答して再出現をなし、警察はすでに彼らの手がかりを追っているが、被害者の名前を含めた犯罪の詳細は極秘にしている。因について細部を提供でき、目撃があるため、
チココさん、こんにちは。
海賊、こんにちはーす。なるほど。
The description of the
今の
Randall
ところ
gang
海
provided by
賊
Lady
3人組が押し
Brackenstall
寄
is
って
identical
きた。
to the one in the Times article.
いや、でもちょっと、変に思った。お、タイガーアイ。タイガーアイじゃないけど、なんかあるな。
おにこさん、アラフィフさんこんばんは。チココさん、オブスの動画めっちゃ役に立ってます。ありがとうございます。
あ、いえいえ、別に僕がなんかしたわけじゃないんで。
This
はい。
is Sir Eustace's safe. There may be something important inside.
ただ僕は
I
動
must
画上げ
ask
ただけ
Lady
ですんで。
Brackenstall to open it. This is Sir Eustace's safe.
貴重なもの
There
があ
may
るの
be
か？
something. This photograph of Lady Brackenstall and her maid Teresa was taken at a port, but which one? This photograph.
お、撮っていいのか勝手に。
So the lady and her maid came from Australia a year and a half ago on this ship.
オーストラリアから来て、こっから来てるね。でいいの勝手に。
Lady Brackenstall, could you open this wall safe?
No, it is my husband's safe. I do not know the combination.
We have to open it. Your ladyship?
My mistress is very tired. Can't you allow her to her room?
切れるの
Let us try.
やっ
This
てみよう
safe
とか言ってるよ、こ
can
いつ。
be cracked. I only have to pay attention. The dial will vibrate when it is set to the correct number.
「あ、なんか動いたな。あ、ここピクってなってるから、こういうことか？そうだね、多分。 うってなればいいのか。いけない。簡単やん、これ。誰で負けれるやん。参照。有価鏡、あなたの現在の身体的、また精神的な症状は大いに回復症。なるほど。ここは精神不安定ってこと。酒の飲みすぎ。酒の飲みすぎて。
Antique. It is.
完了って出たから多分ここの部屋は OK なんだろう。
What do you know about Sir Eustace, Inspector? What was his reputation?
A charming man when sober, but an absolute demon when he was drunk. In such moments he was apparently capable of anything. Why, once he splashed fuel on Lady Brackenstall's dog and set it alight. Another day he threw a decanter of wine at Miss Wright's head.
やねか。
The alcohol seemed to madden him.
To the point that we were forced to intervene several times to avoid a scandal.
You should examine the body
ミ
of
ッタ
Sir
チブ、
Eustace
ボットさん、
Brackenstall.
お知らせ。視聴者数が30人を突破しました。次は50人でお知らせします。
It appears that the bell rope was cut by someone taller than me. A fur trader's cabin.
を調べるか。
So, Watson, what have you...
Well, I can...
Barefoot. He had therefore been in bed and did not have time to fully dress. Barefoot. The head was cracked with the force of the blow. That must be the... It is covered in blood, so Eustace might have struck his head upon it while falling from the blow. That is one possible explanation. That must be the murder weapon. Quite a large stick, a formidable weapon.
口実的にはご婦人があって。
A fur trader's... This door leads to the upstairs bedrooms. Apparently the criminal... The hunting scene. These wine bottles are expensive. These wine... A bottle of wine is missing here. An empty silverware box. It appears that the intruders have stolen the contents. This candle... The criminals did not thoroughly ransack the house. They only took a little silverware.
だけ持って帰るもんなんかな。割られてたっていうか？
Sailor's knots. That's interesting. This rope was handled by the murderers. We need a scent hound to follow their trail. I will take it with me. This is the...
ああ。って言ってたします。ガスが2つ。酒飲むか？あ、泥棒が。
Chateau Calon Ségur, French wine, Grand Cru. A decanter standing next to the open bottle, an inseparable pair indeed. A decanter. This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing. There is beeswing at the bottom, as if the wine had not been decanted before being poured. This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing. It is rather strange that only one of these glasses has dregs of beeswing inside it, while the other two are clear.
が入っている。鳥が入っているってことは、入っていない。入っていないってことは、季節ワインを漬物にしたってことだな。ワインって傾けて入れるから。あとは、1個は後から追加して置いたっていう可能性もあるってことか。酒を飲まない人がやった可能性もあるってこと。
Antique hunting weapons.
題は調べた。
The hunting scene.
ワンちゃんを連れてこいって言うから、
I've searched outside for footprints without any luck.
ワンちゃんを連れてきたらいいんじゃね？よいしょ。ワンちゃんどこ？ワンちゃんどこ？あれ？あ、いたいたいたいた。こいつだろ。
Come on, Toby. We need the best nose in the British Empire on this case.
活躍できんのか？おお、来てる来てる来てる。こういうアングルで見ると意外にでけえな、これ。
Search, Toby.
あ、探せ行け。これが犬になってる？俺が犬視点？これが匂いってことか？ああ、そういうこと。出ろよーい。あ、なるほど。走れ。この気球みたいなのが匂いってことだ。
The intruders entered the shed for some reason when they were making off with the silverware.
こだ？ れは井戸か？
The scent leads to the well. I should check it.
まだか？あ、違う犬が吠えてるぞ。
The intruder's trail is lost behind this wall. The criminals left the house through the French window. They walked to the shed, then across to the well, before fleeing by climbing over the wall. I wonder why they chose such a winding route.
トビー、ワトソンよりやん。
Brave Toby, the best nose in the British Empire.
まず、小屋か。小屋を調べよう。あ、
This hook.
なんで？
This old suitcase sounds hollow. It must be empty. Small gardening tools. Bags of seed.
調べるとこないと。で、こっちなんか。どう？あるね。
There's something
Kayak-
glittering at the bottom there, but how can I reach it?
いやいやいや、取れないよ。いくらあんでもさ、取れねえよ。こんなんで簡単に取れるようだったらさ、苦労しねえよ。取れるんかい。
Silverware. This is hardly a coincidence.
Oh.
The Brackenstall coat of arms. It appears that we have
バレ
found
た
the
ショップ、
stolen
ここに
silverware.
ある。あ、任務か。ナイス。
The intruder's trail is lost behind this wall. Brave Toby, the best nose in the British Empire.
ちょっと事件を考えようか。オーストラリアの全滅。はい。そりゃそうだろうな。いやー。ここではないんだよな。多分これが今からんなこ。犯人が分かった？強盗じゃないよ。絶対強盗じゃねえよ。 話じゃねえかな、これは。うーん。普通に、うん。聴取だな。聴取。
There are 3 glasses on the dining room table. I was wondering if...
Oh, I forgot. When I came to myself the first time, each of them had a glass in his hand. They might have been a father and his 2 sons. They talked together in whispers, and then they left.
怪しいな。
We found your silverware, Lady Brackenstall. It had not been taken very far.
Is that true? I am very thankful to you, Mr. Holmes.
Your ladyship?
隠してんな。何隠してんだろ
Sir Eustace's doctor speaks of his violent behavior.
Yes, Sir Eustace was an extremely violent man. A detestable human being, to be more precise. It is true that he once threw a decanter at me, and all because I dared to stand up to him in defence of my mistress. Sly devil. God forgive me that I should speak of him so now that he's dead, but a devil he was, if ever one walked the earth. We met him only 18 months ago. She'd only just arrived in London. Yes, it was her first voyage. She'd never been from home before.
う。二人を一台も。
One with his title and his money and his false London ways. If she made a mistake, she has paid for it, if ever a woman did. She doesn't have any friends here, so it was especially hard for her.
友人はいない。
We found...
Oh, that's good news. You really are as clever as they say.
Indeed.
うーん。
ミッタチブ、ボットさん、お知らせ。視聴者数が50人を突破しました。次は100人でお知らせします。
ありがとうございます。会話で尋ねる。会話では尋ねたから、あとは、
Inspector, I have recovered the stolen silverware.
You are a wizard, Mr. Holmes. And where is it?
In the garden well.
Excuse me?
Unique, isn't it?
Rather absurd. What is the point of stealing silverware and then throwing it down into a well?
Perhaps it was used as a temporary hiding place, or simply the thieves wanted to get rid of it. It is up to us to solve this mystery.
ってことで、一回戻るか。あ、ワンちゃんも一緒に帰ってるね。かわいいね、こうやって見ると。さあ、紐検証だよ
Let us
ね。
see how the rope was cut.
これ見させて。いや、カッターは無理だと思うんだ。
The fibers from this cut are
スパッと切る。
If I cut the rope with a knife, it
ナイフで、ナイフか。全員。
here it is.
あー。
The shipping company, the Adelaide, Southampton, London line, and its address. Interesting. It must be the place where they keep the records, including the one for the crew of the Rock of Gibraltar.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard, they'll give it to you without any problems.
But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
か専門家専門家あって何おあ、こいつを呼ぶのか確か第1話で活躍した兄ちゃん。
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
I need a register, my young friend. If you could borrow it, there will be half a guinea for every one of you. I need the crew list of the Rock of Gibraltar in 1893 and their current employment.
I'm straight on it, Mr. Holmes.
Do you really think they'll find it, Holmes?
My secret police is better than the Yard in many ways.
ちょっと待って、3時間で集めれるの早くね
Here it is, Mr. Holmes. But we can't take it back. It's too risky.
Put it on the table. I'll take care of it. Good work, young Wiggins.
上の上。上の上。あ
This list shows the senior officers of the Rock of Gibraltar, on which Lady Brackenstall and her maid made their voyage. And these are the lists of the senior officers of the Adelaide, Southampton, London line ships. Let us find out who was in London upon November the 7th. This list shows the senior. This officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime.
あ、そうやってやっていくのね。
ちーちゃんさん、お久しぶりです。
あ、じゃあ、お久しぶり。じゃあ、セレーターのじいちゃん。大丈夫体調。なんか、ツイッターで悪いって書いてあったけど。元気
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
ちーちゃんさん、あ、すっかり元気になりました。わら。
I do not think that this sailor has.
大丈夫？大学の方はどんな感じ？まだなんかオンライン授業かな？
This officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't.
おーます。
ちーちゃんさん、住んでた地域があれだったもので。
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
ちーちゃんさん、来週から始まるみたいです。
来週からなんだ。はい、早いね。あ、でももう、そっか。5月20何日か。
Mr. Jack Crocker was in London upon the date of the crime, and he is due. Captain Jack Crocker is.
ちーちゃんさん、風邪ひいてます。
いや、風邪ひいてないっすよ。
This Crocker, do you think
It would be interesting to meet him. Our young
よ
friend
いしょ。
should be able to
サ
find
イバー
him.
全然やってないんですか？え？
Wiggins,
ちーちゃん
could
さ
you
ん、
find a
最
way
近
to
はどう
bring
もり
this
ばっかしてます。
Captain
わ
Crocker
ら。
あ
to us?
あ、面白いもんな。俺持
Holmes,
って
that
ないん
could
だ
be
よ。
dangerous.
No problem, Mr. Holmes.
やりたいんだけどね。まあ、スイッチ本体も持ってないからね。買うと高い
Mr.
でしょ。
Holmes, I was informed that you were looking for me, and I'd like to know why.
Yes, it is important that we talk. You will soon understand why.
なんか頑固そうなじ
ち
じいや
ーちゃんさん
な。、
今スイッチ買えないですよね。
不満とかするらしい。感じ。携帯ナイフ。ナイフ発見。のいい。綺麗なブー。
You are acquainted with Lady Mary Brackenstall, are you not?
Yes, I think I do remember her from when I was first officer, but I still don't see.
It seems your relationship went beyond that of mere passenger and first officer.
How dare you?
Indeed, how reckless a feeling is love, particularly if one is prepared to commit a murder in its name.
Explain yourself this instant.
You are aware that the murder made the headlines of the morning press. You read the newspaper report, but to your dismay, found it much fabricated. Once you learned that I wanted to see you, you came straight away. You needed to know what I had found.
And what do you know?
That evening, you were with Lady Brackenstall, despite the danger.
I'm not afraid, Mr. Holmes. Besides, all of this is just guesswork.
You would be right if there was no evidence.
What then?
Lady Brackenstall was tied to a chair on the night of the murder. And it was you who tied her up.
You call that evidence?
ーっと。
Yes, as she was tied with a sailor's knot. Your handiwork.
So, it's a sailor who's done it. That proves nothing,
Oh.
Mr. Holmes.
これが船員の
Not the
娘
only
って
sailor in London
あれ
right now.
あれでもできそうな気がする。
ちーちゃんさん、学校始まるから陰キャできない。わら
I。was aboard the Shark. I was supervising the
陰キャ
repair
した
of
方がいい
a
っ
porthole.
て。
At night.
It was an emergency. There was a leak. You can ask the ship's carpenter. He can confirm.
I'm sure that he can.
Perfect. In that case, we have nothing more to talk about. Good evening, gentlemen.
怪しいな。
Holmes, what should we do now? Would you like to check his alibi?
No, there is no doubt that these men will testify in his favor, and there will be no way to check.
So, what then?
So, we must work with what we have. We have all the puzzle pieces.
Now I understand why you dissected the bell rope.
あら。いや、ないでしょ。いやー、これ、多分だよ。結論はもうこれしかないんだ、やっぱり。で、決めるしかないんだけど、簡単なやったな。自己防衛だと言っても、でもな、俺もな、一番目のやつも、まあ見てる人いるのかな。から見た人でもいいから答えてほしい。逮捕する？放免する？どっち？誰も見てないな、これ。ないんだろう。いやー、放免しよう。放免しよう。いや、放免する。俺は放免してみる。
Wiggins, could you ask Mr. Crocker to come here again, please?
Right
大
away.
活躍。
Why did you make me come here again, Mr. Holmes?
It is over. I know that it was you who killed Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
What?
I know because of the height at which the rope was cut. The knife used was a sea knife. The knots were sailor's knots, and not least the sheer force that was put behind the killing blow. And because you are the only one who knows Lady Mary Brackenstall in London. And because you love her.
It's true.
It is time for you to tell us the whole truth.
I admit that I loved Mary madly from the first day that I met her. But I never did come to visit her, for I believed that she was in a happy household. When I talked to her maid, who told me everything, I was insane with rage. I was due to set sail for 6 months away. I wanted only to see her again. But it turned into a damnable nightmare when he barged in. He dared raise his hand to her. He was not even worthy of licking her boots. Oh, I regret nothing. I admit I killed the monster out of love for her. She will forgive me if she is able.
Lady Brackenstall already forgave you. She said nothing.
Mary.
But that makes her an accomplice as well as her maid. It places her in danger yet again.
Mr. Holmes.
You would not have managed to protect her.
Till I die, do you hear me? Here is a letter that sets everything clear, and it is the one that should be disclosed to the police. I am the only culprit. Mary had nothing to do with it. Now it is time to end this.
何か起きるの？おお、銃持ってるよ。レンタするのか。いや、間違えた。おー、ナイス、ホームズ、ナイス。
Please forgive me, Captain Crocker. I wished only to test your sincerity, and your words and deeds have far exceeded my expectations. See here, Captain Crocker, we'll do this in due form of law. You are the prisoner. Watson, you are a British jury. Captain Crocker, the evidence shows that you acted without premeditation and used reasonable force to protect an innocent victim from her husband's brutality. Your devotion pushed you to attempt to kill yourself in order to protect the one you love. Now, what say you, gentlemen of the jury?
Not guilty, my lord.
Vox
そうなの？
populi, vox dei. You are acquitted, Captain Crocker. So long as the law does not find some other victim, you are safe from me.
Mr. Holmes.
It is a great responsibility that I take upon myself, but I will give Lestrade an excellent lead, and if he can't avail himself of it, I can do no more. Come back to your lady in a year, and may her future and yours justify us in the judgment which we have pronounced this night.
いいの？
Inspector, I'm afraid that the murderers have escaped us.
What? Do you mean to tell me that you failed? Never thought I'd live to see the day.
I mentioned the murderers, not the case. It is obvious that the crime was committed by 3 criminals who cannot be the Randalls.
You really think so?
You only need to find a gang of 3 thugs wandering around. I can trust you to do that.
If they exist, I'll catch them.
You'll find someone, I have no doubt of it. Goodbye, Inspector.
今合ってるんだよ。さあ、別の結末見ていい？だから、要は、
Wiggins.
Right. Why did you make me come here again, Mr. Holmes?
It
What's
is
the name
over.
of
I know that it was you who killed Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
What?
I know because of the height at which the rope was cut. The knife used
この辺は
was a
一
sea
緒だ
knife.
ね。
The knots were sailor's knots, and not least the sheer force that was put behind the killing blow. And because you are the only one who knows Lady Mary Brackenstall in London. And because you love her.
It's true.
It is time for you to tell us the whole truth.
I admit that I loved Mary madly. I was due to set sail for 6 months. Oh, I regret nothing. I admit I killed a
Lady Brackenstall already forgave you.
Mary.
But that may...
Mr.
You would not have managed.
Till I die. Do you
本
hear
当だ
me?
ね。
Now it is time to end this. You should have let me die. How can I live if Mary suffers?
I am sorry, Captain Crocker, but there has been quite enough death in this case. Inspector, I give you Sir Eustace's killer. He tried his best to perform his own justice.
Well, I'm not surprised. Yes, it was me. I confess.
Here is a piece of evidence that can be used in court.
Perfect. A case that went smoothly for once.
どっち？あ、でもこっちの方がいいかな。ちょっと待って、35% って。あなたと同じ道徳的選択をした人 35%。冷酷？よし。じゃあ今日はここまでで終わりたいと。この後サイバーやります。はい、サイバーハンターやりますんで。もしよろしければまたね、見てください。はい。お疲れ様でした。ありがとうございました。